Dittmar, here to speak on agenda item numbers 11 through 17.
I feel like this should be moved to the regular agenda for discussion because it's our homes that you guys are talking about. The alternative recommendation. This is from your consent agenda. This is your paperwork. Alternative recommendation. Do not proceed with acquiring the proposed properties under the eminent domain proceeding and direct staff to abandon or reconfigure the flood control system. You have the power. You have all of the power. This quote is your own paperwork. There's no need to do what you're doing. 2016, you put the properties on Ellis Boulevard behind HESCO barriers, leaving them on the wet side of the levee. They did not flood. The big news that year was tornadoes. Somebody almost died from your negligence because you put them on the wet side of the levee. There was no news on Ellis Boulevard because nobody flooded. We had one flood. To you, this is a project. These are parcels. To us, these are our family homes. I know somebody on the council had a family home and her brother chose to sell out. That is not the case here. One of the residents was born in this house that he lives in, the house that you all are trying to take by force. He spent 75 years in that house, his family home. All of these homes are family homes. They have been in all of our families for generations upon generations upon generations. And now, after over 100 years, you want to come in and take them by force. And at this moment, I often wonder what Linda Roble would think. Sandy Fowler, from the city's assistant manager, who used to be, said in the Gazette that they were putting the moratorium on our properties. It's intended to limit further investment in the area so the city doesn't have to pay more when it comes time to buy the property, when it comes time. But it doesn't have to be time. You guys have that choice right here in your own paperwork. You don't have to do this. It doesn't have to go like this. You have a choice. These are family homes. These are elderly people. You have a choice.
Kathy Potts, 1118 First Street Southwest. Thank you, Mayor and council members. I'm going to follow up with what AJ said. You have the choice, but what I'm concerned about is when did you make your choice? We have no idea how each of you voted. When did you discuss this? Or is it a group think and you just let the mayor be the CEO of our city and do what she wants to? That's not what you're elected for. Where is your choice? Why don't we know what your choice is? We have no idea. When did you vote on it? You've got all these people, 7 homes that you've got on the list today, 7 homes. AJ mentioned the man that's lived in his home for 74 years. He was born there. He still lives there. He has never had a desire to move. I cannot think of anyone that I know in any generation in our family that has not moved at least once. Not even one time. And and the thing is, now that we see you have a choice, that changes it. I'm tired of talking to Chuck Grassley and him telling me, but there's no choice. Yes, there is. And it's in writing with on city headline paper. But again, we don't know how each of you voted. We just know that you didn't care enough to get it put on the regular agenda, and you stuck it on the consent agenda. So it's just groupthink, and we don't see any votes. We don't know how you felt about these people. I think each council member should have the intestinal fortitude to let the people know whose homes you are taking. You're the ones with the power. You're the ones that we elected to represent each neighborhood, each area. We'd like to know. Do any of you know who lives at 1701 Ellis Boulevard Northwest? Have you ever met Portia? She's one of the ones you're removing. Have you met anyone that's at 1841 Ellis Boulevard Northwest? That would be the home of David Montag. David really doesn't want to move because he is 74 years old and has lived in his home all this time. What about 1855? That's the home of Craig Augustine. Did you decide what you wanted to do? Have you even looked at his home? Have any of you drove by and look at the homes that you're demanding eminent domain on because you didn't choose the second recommendation? But again, we don't know what you did because there's no evidence of a vote. The next one is 1562 Ellis Boulevard Northwest, and that's Clara Kelly. That woman's already been through hell. Well, I think I would be going through hell if my husband died. I would miss him terribly, and now it looks like you're just gonna, excuse me, do I need to let you guys talk? I only get 5 minutes. So, are you just gonna pour incinerator on poor Miss Kelly's home? I think you ought to at least give her a vote and let her see how you voted. And then we have 1865 is Michael Augustine. I don't know these people, but I took enough time to learn their names. I memorized them, but I want to make sure I get it correct because this is so extremely important. The next one is 1867 is Davidson Homes. I don't know anything about Davidson Homes. You might, Mr. Olson, but I assume this is an affordable home. We need affordable homes. Again, what was your choice? Did you choose eminent domain or did you choose the second one? We don't know. We just know the mayor placed it on the consent agenda, not on the regular agenda, so we could see what you guys are doing, what you think. And finally, Neil and Stephanie Gilbertson live at 1925, and I haven't heard what they wanted to do. And like I said, since it's on the consent agenda, assume it's just groupthink. But I'm asking you, especially my council member, Dale Todd, I'd like to know how you feel on each one of these homes. That's what we elected you for, to represent us. You have the choice. But my question is, when did you discuss this? When did you give the mayor the power to put this on the consent agenda? Did you not discuss it and you just went, oh, well, the mayor will take care of it? Thank you for your time.